Are we live? Are we live? We are live! We are live! Hello, everybody! Welcome to the King of Anime podcast, where this week we have a little bit of a special show where we're going to be covering both ReZero's finale and the Summer 2020 Anime Awards. We're going to be doing both in this episode. So we're going to start off with ReZero, but before we do that, co-host, introduce yourself!
It is I, Everything Animated. And I gotta say, been doing this 2 years, and I look forward to this every week. This has been an amazing ride, gentlemen, and I hope to keep this boat going for many years to come.
All right. As for me, I'm Sasuke the Savage, and I'm excited because this is our 69th podcast.
Yeah.
69th?
Yep.
And it's been 2 years.
That number is very special to us.
Yeah.
If you
It
watched
sure
our first
is.
podcast, Akane Sase Shoujo, I think that's what
Yep.
it's called.
Akane
That's
Sase
exactly what
Shoujo.
it was.
Yeah, that number, it just kick-started the birth of this podcast. So, it's very special. Very special.
Very special indeed. Very, very special. This podcast means so much to me. So much that, honestly, I'm ready to just cancel it and move on at this point. So,
All right.
After
Yeah.
all the nice things.
nice things. You guys verbally abuse me every week on this show.
Oh yeah? It's not my fault you have lollies in your basement.
Those are not my lollies, and first of all, that isn't a lolly, that's Satsuki.
Yeah.
So
That
even
also
worse,
right.
human trafficking.
Listen, there are jokes, we do not need to go there. So, let's talk about ReZero episode 13. The final episode of the season. And, well, what do you guys think about the episode?
All right. I know I'm probably going to sound stupid saying this, but I'm going to say it. Is Amelia the damn witch?
No.
Why does it keep showing her face then?
They just look similar.
Are they like sisters or something?
No.
They just so happen to look similar, but they're not.
Yep.
Okay, well, I'm officially confused. But other than that, the show is it left on a cliffhanger, man.
Makes sense. It was all supposed to be, one episode or one season, so.
I don't like
Oh,
any of it.
You got Game Gamer, who became a channel member.
Ooh,
Oh, what?
you
Somebody
got
became
a channel member. Snaps.
Oh, sweet. Oh, shit. Thank you, Game Gamer, for becoming a channel member. The Hayasaka profile picture there. It's pretty nice. Hey. So yeah, I actually don't know much about who Satella really is. I just know she's one of the witches.
That looks so similar to Amelia, and she says that she loves him. Well, loves him in hopes that he loves himself on top of all that, and I don't know, my head hurts.
Well, they also have the same voice actress too, so.
Yes, I noticed that too. So that's why I'm like, either you're messing with me, or this really isn't the same person, but for some reason is.
Yeah. A lot of people theorize about it. I don't think. I mean, it's obvious they're not related, story-wise, but they just
How
look
is it
similar.
obvious? They look exactly the same.
You'll see. You'll see.
All right.
Satsuki, you have things to say.
Yeah. Well, just the point of Satella and Amelia, there hasn't been anything explicitly stating that they're related. In fact, I don't think like other than their appearance, there's nothing that really ties them together because they well, I guess you can say the half witch or half elf thing going on with Amelia. That's about it. They've never interacted or had any parallels to each other or anything like that other than the appearance. But seeing all the witches together was pretty nice. And it was kind of weird how, in this instance, with the witches and Subaru, they were the ones who were trying to talk Subaru up into having resolve to, keep going forward. Because
Dude,
he killed himself and then like they revived him and they were like, "You can do it, Subaru."
freaking, he was saved by a Looney Tunes bonk. He was
Yeah.
saved by Nutella. Minerva. I remember the name.
Nutella.
He was saved by Minerva. Bonk on the forehead. I'm like, oh, okay, this is what we're doing.
Anime forehead or anime headbutts are like the most powerful. It's one of the most powerful moves you'll ever see.
It's true.
Clearly,
Yeah,
brought someone back to life.
yeah. Naruto beat Gaara with the same thing, and Yuzu probably gave Matsuri brain damage with that shit.
Didn't Mary headbutt Yumiko?
Yamami
Oh,
headbutted
Yumemi. Okay.
Yumiko. Yeah.
QRW6
Yeah.
says COVID is still the biggest antagonist because this was supposed to continue. What a cliffhanger. The more reason for 2021 to come soon.
Yeah, she's a slut.
Wait, what?
Wait, who? What?
COVID?
Yeah.
Oh,
Are we
She's-
sexualizing COVID now?
Well, no. The reason why I say that is because she. You know what? I'm gonna stop.
All
I
right.
don't know where you're going, but all right.
No, I gotta learn to behave myself. I don't want to take this channel down with me.
Okay.
It's like,
on the
hey,
cliffhanger.
SeaTactics, you know how you built up your channel for many, many years? I took it down with just one reference, so I'm sorry.
Oh god.
Calling a sickness a slut. Okay. That's how you did it. Okay.
Yeah. Yep.
Well,
All right.
See, I just started this. See that? Do you see that? You see what I
Everything's been
did?
derailed. Satsuki, you were talking about something.
Oh, well, other than the witches thing, what happened with Roswell towards the end of the episode did catch me by surprise because I hate that I did suspect Roswell, but then I just missed it. Cause once like Beatrice was acting a little more sus, I was like, all right, something going on with Beatrice, but I completely ignored the whole angle of Roswell. But even then, I don't think it like seeing his mentality. I don't think it would have been reasonable for me to even like logically suspect him at that point because I didn't know anything about Roswell to the extent I do now. But seeing this episode, Roswell is fucking crazy. He
Mhm.
is nuts. I mean, I already talked about the fact that he knew Subaru was looping and like with the great rabbits and whatnot, he just basically let himself die. But it's all in the hopes that Subaru can just reverse things, but he doesn't really know how that shit works. So for him to basically rely on ability that Subaru has and just die, and it's not like he will remember all of the things that happen. So like for Roswell to follow through with the plans that he's been conjuring up to this point, he just has to be insane. I think he in the episode he literally said like, "I'm crazy. Why aren't you, Subaru? Like what?"
Right. Yeah, he did say that. And dude, he's the mastermind behind everything. He he called your girl up, Elsa, and said to slaughter people.
Yeah.
Hey, yo, holla at your girl.
Right. It's like, Elsa, hey, babe, I need you to do me a favor. And now he has to choose.
Yep.
So that means, some characters that we love dearly are going to perish.
But does it?
Right, unless it pulls a freaking Deus Ex Machina on us or something. Yeah, they're totally fine.
mean-
Let's wish for the Eternal Dragon.
I think there are things that could happen for Subaru to save them both. I didn't mention this, but I also like the fact that Subaru rejected Echidna's contract and how she stated that you're greedy like me, like him wanting to save Amelia and Beatrice. But I think the X factor in all of this is Puck. If Subaru was able to figure out what happened with Puck, none of the stuff that's happening right now would be as relevant as it is. Because this is the whole issue. If Subaru goes to the mansion and tries to stop Elsa and Melee, it doesn't matter if he stops him, because by that time he comes back to the sanctuary, Amelia will already be mind broken. And from where his restart point is, he doesn't have time to try to do both. So he's stuck in the situation where he has to do both. But if Puck was here, Amelia wouldn't be mind broken like she is now. The problem is she doesn't have anybody to like lean on in her fluctuating emotional state, like a Subaru or like a Puck. She doesn't even have someone to Ram to rely on, because since Roswell is the one orchestrating all of this and isolating Amelia, he could easily tell her, "Oh, don't go near Amelia," or anything like that. So Roswell can isolate Amelia at his will. So if Puck was here, this would not be happening. That's the problem. We don't know what happened to Puck at all. But if Subaru was able to figure that out and somehow bring Puck back, the issues can be solved, and he could save both.
Watch him. He was just taking a leak, and then he's just like, "Oh shit, my bad."
a leak for days upon days. Was peeing a whole ocean?
Well, you see how big he is.
I guess.
He just hold on, Amelia. I gotta take a leak, and he just comes back.
Oh my god! Puck went out for milk. He's never coming back.
Milk. I'm gonna go get some milk. You always say that. Never coming back.
No, she ran into Yukino.
Oh my god.
Or he ran into Yukino.
Poor you.
Oh, so he's just like adopted.
Yeah.
Aww.
Yukino's like, "You're my cat now." Puck was like, "But I gotta get back to Amelia." It's like, who's Amelia?
And she's like, "No, you will love me forever. Someone has to."
Damn.
Yep. Hachimon's like, what are you doing with this cat? So the person that saved Subaru from the trials, or the tomb, was Patrish.
Oh.
It's Patrish.
I thought we were gonna say Otto or something.
No, it was Patrish, the ground dragon. Apparently.
Oh, the one that loves him.
Yeah. Patrish loves Subaru. So I thought that was a pretty cute thing.
We know who's best girl.
Patrish.
Yeah, or is he a boy?
No, Patrish is a girl.
Oh, okay. Best girl is Patrish. Patrish.
Yep.
I think I said this last podcast, but like all the girls that are fond of Subaru they're not regular humans or anything like that. Like Echidna is a witch, Rem is a demon. Amelia doesn't love Subaru, but she's kind of fond of him, half elf.
And then we got a interspecies going on.
I guess you could say Petra, but she's a lolly. That's a different species.
Well, I guess. Well, right after that, Subaru's like, "What about you, Otto? You got any feelings for me?"
And Otto goes, Baka!
Yeah. So Otto's human, so
Clearly.
that's a human, but not a woman.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
may
I
not
changed
count.
my stance on all the women that love Subaru are not human.
And Elsa technically doesn't love him. She loves his insides.
Yes,
but that goes dividend for, or that applies to everyone.
She only has heart for one person, and that's Sasuke.
I wish.
Are you sure? Are you sure? Are you sure you want to say
Yeah.
that?
Yes.
You positive?
Watch when we get into the awards. It's going to get downright creepy.
Uh, okay. So what did you guys think about all the witches interacting with Subaru in this episode?
I think Sasuke pretty much said it. That it was neat seeing them kind of work together to be like, "Hey, Subaru, stop biting your tongue and come back to life." Especially with the Looney Tunes bonk headbutt, which is the most powerful move in all of anime. That's what gets people back, knocked back to their senses, or in this case, back to life. And it was interesting to see all the different people and how they felt about it. Because some were just like, if that's what he wants, just let him die. just let him do what he does. I almost feel like the one that always eats people would have been hungry enough. Well, we can't let this go to waste, and she would have just started munching on him. But for the most part, it was entertaining.
Yeah.
That's right. They did have a little cat fight too. Not literally. Well, I guess the definition of cat fight is two women fighting, but yeah, they were just kind of like showing their powers a little bit. Freaking the sloth witch, she's powerful for how lazy she is.
Yeah. I don't know if this is a relevant spoiler, but somebody told me she's like, well, I'll just say she's super powerful. I'll just say that. And I mean that in comparison to the other witches.
Well, there you go. Anything else to talk about this episode?
Freaking yeah, just we have to wait till January now, right?
Yeah.
I hate it.
There you go.
I hate it.
So, kill or pass?
We're gonna do this like Subaru and kill it over and over again.
Yeah, might as well. We're just killing the second half or the first half, not the second.
Right.
All right. Well, now it's time to get into the awards portion of this show. We're gonna. It's like any awards show, except for well, it's just all of what has happened in the summer season. So we got a list of things, and I guess we got to start off with our first award, which is the Best Written Female Character Award, aka the Waifu Award, whatever you want to call it. So I'm gonna go ahead and let Satsuki start off with his nominee.
The floor is yours.
My pick for who of the summer season is Elsa from ReZero. This should come of no surprise to anybody who's been watching this podcast, even just a little bit. If you've seen any podcast with Elsa in it, you know my love for Elsa by now. Don't act new. But okay, so part of it is because of her looks, obviously. All right. I would bed Elsa without question, without regret, without regard for my own life. I had to get that out of the way. But other than that, I think you had to appreciate Elsa as a villain, because she's not one of those villains that has a complex goal or is sympathetic or anything like that. But she doesn't need to be. Elsa is simply a contract killer. That's it. But I think the beauty in Elsa's character is how she views her profession. She basically lives for this shit. She lives for murdering people. You get the feeling that even if Elsa wasn't being paid for murdering people, she would still do it. She just loves her craft that much. And for me, I just like Elsa's like Terminator mentality. Um, I have a quote from her in her fight with Reinhardt, and this is in response to Reinhardt saying, basically, if I get rid of all of your weapons, will you be satisfied? The quote basically reads, if I lose my fangs, I'll use my claws. If I lose my claws, I'll use my bones. If I lose my bones, I'll use my life. That is how a bow hunter fights. And I love that quote because for me, that demonstrates that Elsa is an assassin in both her title and her mindset. It She will do whatever it takes to kill her opponent. It doesn't matter if you're strong, weak, a grown man, little child, whatever. She will carry out her job all the same. And now that I think about it, Elsa is the one who kickstarted ReZero, or at least she gave us the idea of Return by Death because she murdered Subaru in the first season. Good job, Elsa. And she murdered she was the first one to murder Subaru in the second season. Good job again, Elsa. So thank you, Elsa, for starting us on the journey of ReZero, and thank you for marrying me. That's all.
Wait, what? You guys are married?
Yes.
When did you guys get married?
Congratulations.
Just now.
Wow.
Congratulations.
I should go on Cameo and ask Christina V to like do a fake proposal as Elsa to you, Satsuki.
Oh my god.
I will love it.
EA, who did you pick?
I chose Yuihama. She, even though she did lose essentially the war, she did the absolute most amazing job of being best girl this season, just because I feel like she was more at the forefront than Yuki Noshita was this whole particular season. And like, you could definitely feel all of her emotions. If anyone's ever loved someone they never loved you back, we've all been there. We have those broken feelings and whatnot. But Yui, other than just being a fantastic character, I don't know, I just feel like her voice actor just, like I said, she just killed it. She just absolutely, I don't know. I felt so incredibly, when I watched this particular show, it was just nothing but just straight up emotions, like nothing but, oh, poor her. Like I felt bad for, you feel bad for characters on other shows, but this one in particular, you just like, you wanted to reach out and hug her. You wanted to just tell her, hey, and that's what her mother did in the very second to last episode. But I just feel she did great this season, though she just never, she never won, and she'll always be second place. But you know, she won this season in general for me.
I pick Rin Isuzu from Fruits Basket season 2. She was maybe not my favorite overall character in that whole season. I still love Toru dearly, but in terms of writing, she was definitely my favorite, and I think she was one of the best. I can't really go particularly into why, because I don't want to spoil people on Fruits Basket. If you haven't watched it, just know that you should. And I think Rin is great because of her interactions with Toru. I think that's really what made her character, and it's one of those weird things where this season was really built around Rin, her being there, her showing up, and her being this mysterious figure who's always in the background. And when she finally shows up, it's like a really big moment for the season. And then later on, when she has some of her first interactions with Toru and the leading episodes that follow, it just fits. It just makes sense. It's one of those things where you don't even consider it, you don't even think it would happen, but when it does happen, once that moment happens, you realize this is perfect. These two characters together are incredible. And I think Rin being the sole focus of season 2 in terms of like, you know, introducing her character and how mysterious she was really well played. And yeah, I think she's the best written female character of summer 2020. And I mean, this awards show has never been a stranger to Fruits Basket popping up, because Fruits Basket is just one of the best shows and has some of the best female and male characters around, and is just one of the best shows. Right now, it's my favorite show of the year again, over ReZero. So that just goes to show how much I like that show. Now,
I've never seen one episode.
Well, you got to. It's so good. I will
at some point.
I would love to cover Fruits Basket, the final season, on this show with all of you. It would be an honor. But we gotta choose who won out of these three: Elsa, Rin, or Yui. What do you guys initially
Well, we know
think?
we know freaking Sasuke ain't gonna change his mind about Elsa.
No.
I think these three characters are amazing.
I can look at it in an objective type of view, because
okay.
mostly my thoughts on Elsa carry on from season 1. So if we're just talking about what happened in this season in particular, I don't think Elsa is more worthy of winning than Yui or Rin.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
So that narrows it down.
Ren or Yui? I mean, you've never seen Fruits Basket, but we've both seen SNAFU. So I can. I think the better written show in general is Fruits Basket than SNAFU season 3. And it's I don't want to say, you know, when I say it's by a lot, I don't want to make it seem like I'm, you know, poo-pooing on SNAFU or anything. I love SNAFU. I thought season 3 was really great. But Fruits Basket is just, it's so succinct. It's got 24 episodes compared to the 12 SNAFU had. We got to spend more time with Rin than we did Yui, even though we spent a lot of time with her in this season. But I think Rin pulls this out here. What do you think, Satsuki?
Personally, I'm actually on the side of Yui on this one.
All right.
I think just because Yui is so integral in my enjoyment of season 3, and I don't really have that many. I'm gonna talk more about it, but I don't have that many likes of season 3 of SNAFU. But Yui, by far, was my favorite thing about that season. And with Fruits Basket, Rin was also integral in my enjoyment, but I don't think she was like the centerpiece. Yui, though, I don't want to say she carried the season or anything like that, but she was such a big part in why I feel good about that season. So I have to pick Yui.
All right. Yui is the best written female character of summer 2020, the king of anime. Summer 2020 awards. Now we get to move on to the opposite gender, husbandos. The best written male character of summer 2020. Satsuki, who do you got?
I have Yuki Soma, piggybacking off of Fruits Basket once again. And Light Sea, I'll be brief in my words because I don't want to spoil EA. I too want EA to watch Fruits Basket, so I want to, you know, I don't want to say too much to ruin this enjoyment of the series, but I'll say this much. Yuki has grown so much from who he was from season 1 to where he is in the story now. That scared, sheltered prince who was afraid of the dark and uh, who was like afraid of his own shadow and quit to close away his heart, that person is not the same person we see in season 2. He's no more. In fact, Yuki is starting to become like a lighthouse for other people, just as Toru was for him. And seeing how his relationships have developed from his brother Ayame to Kyo to his mother to Akito, that growth is something serious. And this season has made me love Yuki. I didn't have Yuki in my top like 7 characters because it's hard for me to rank my characters for Fruits Basket because for the characters that I love, there's only like a slight margin for me to put one over the other. But Yuki has, for me, I think, reached like my I'll say top 6 characters because I'm not entirely sure. Um, this season has done wonders for his character, and I can't do anything but respect him. So I married him.
Yeah, I do want to say that Yuki Soma is one of my favorite characters. Like overall, he's amazing. EA, who did you pick?
Well, you guys are gonna probably see a theme throughout the night, but I voted for the man, the myth, the legend himself, Hachiman Hikigaya. What else can I really say about this man other than the fact that he went from being this like loner, self-destructive, very negative, dead fish-eyed person. He still has the dead fish eyes, but in a matter of a year, he's gone from that to really appreciate what he has. He's grown as an individual as far as he's no longer afraid to ask, do things by himself. He has friends to lean on, and he's at the end of the day, he got himself the girl. I mean, what main characters do that, especially in like rom-coms like that or whatever? I mean, it's very rare, don't get me wrong, but SNAFU was good enough to be like, hey, you know what? You get yourself a girl. But yeah, I think overall he's shown the most growth, and he is probably one of my all-time favorite main characters because he's so relatable in so many ways. He was essentially not, I wasn't really kind of like him, but I think a lot of people can relate to him because a lot of guys were like that at one point in their life where they're just like, I don't need this, I don't need that, fuck all of y'all. Then they eventually grow up and realize, yeah, I did kind of sound like an angsty emo kid, didn't I? We all go through it.
Yeah.
But Hachiman was one of this season and probably of all time, like, main male protagonists.
My nominee.
And those monologues are amazing. Come on.
Yes. My nominee is Natsuki Subaru from the ReZeros. I haven't always liked Subaru. I never, for the longest time, I never really thought of him as anything super special. I'm like, he's just the main character of like an isekai, cool. But it was really Arc 4 and largely this season of anime that really made me really love Subaru. A lot of people will say, will not even like even begin to even consider Subaru anything more than a dumbass just because he's the main character of an anime. He's supposed to be dumb. Like I don't know. I don't just watch shonen, so I have different opinions on that. But it seems like a lot of people just don't even want to begin to even consider Subaru an actual competent main character when he is by far and away my favorite character in season 2. I think he's just the best written in that show. He goes through so much shit and he has so much character progression. His relationships with every character is incredible. He is the centerpiece, he is the anchor, he is the man. He's I mean, episode 4 of ReZero, exploring Subaru's past on planet Earth. Incredible stuff. Truly and phenomenally incredible stuff. So, I think Natsuki Subaru is the best written male character of summer 2020. But there can only be one. And once again, I think these three are tremendous options. What do you who do you guys think has to go first?
Well, it's tough because, like you said, I think all three of these characters are deserving. You can make an argument for either one of these realistically, any one of these characters. For me, I guess I'll do it to myself again and eliminate Yuki, just because he's not the main character, and being a main character doesn't mean that you're automatically a better character than side characters, obviously. But I think Subaru and Hachiman are both strong characters, and I don't think Yuki's impact on Fruits Basket is as strong as their impact on their respective series. So I'll eliminate Yuki just on that basis.
All right. So it's up for Natsuki and Hachiman. EA, what are your arguments against Natsuki Subaru?
Well, I to be honest, I really don't have anything bad to say against the guy. I feel like he has like towards the end he's learned to definitely grow a little more as far as like not bearing the burden, having it fall on him. The last episode was implying that and whatnot, and I feel, I don't know, I really do like him. He does kind of have some goofball moments where you're just like, yo, what are you doing? But I think that's the whole point of his characters. Even if he does fail, he does better the next time because he has returned by death. So he's allowed to make those mistakes. But I don't know. I don't think I'm trying to think
It's
of
tough.
like
It's
anything really bad to say about him, because to be honest, even though, like you said, like there are people that say that he's like, oh, he's not a really good man. I think he's pretty good. He's not. He's not like the ultimate, like, oh, this is the best main character in the world or whatever. But I think, for an isekai, if you were to go across the genre, he's easily in the top 3.
right.
Like,
Yeah,
easily.
I agree.
Because there's some that you're just like, okay, they're. Because we all know number 1 is Kazuma.
I always forget about Konosuba.
Yeah, he's the best isekai main protagonist.
Well, one has a girlfriend and one doesn't.
Well, damn, that's true. One's got Yukino. One's got nobody.
I want to say the other one.
No, he's got Felix.
No, he doesn't.
Well, we don't know
he died
that
before
for
he
sure.
could even get a kiss.
I cry. Well, in my mind, I ship him with Felix, so it's okay.
Cat Girl's Rim.
But Cat Boys Rim.
Oh, sorry, Cat
Boys.
They probably have like a fan fiction of that, so
Oh,
you can get your fix there.
Hell yeah, they do. Not that I would know. Geez, that implies I know, but I don't.
I love how you were so confident with that. Hell yeah, they do.
I think Subaru wins this just because he has so much character progression in this season, and his story is just his story is so complicated. He's got Return by Death. He goes through all these basically loops. He's got to figure things out, and I just think he's not that Hachiman isn't as compelling, but I think his story and his journey is just you're so like what you're invested in is just some crazy shit. And like Hachiman, yeah, he's got to figure out life, school stuff, but I don't know.
He has never been eaten by bunnies.
Yeah, he's never been eaten by fucking great bunnies that all share one consciousness, or drinks the tea of a psychopathic witch, or gets headbutted by a JoJo stand. So, well,
You know,
gets
I'll give
headbutted
you
by
that.
a JoJo.
The worst thing that Hachiman has to go through is
Dealing
real
with-
life.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's scary enough.
Actually, you know what? Damn it, you make a great point. I was gonna say he has to deal with Hiratsuka.
I mean, he does deal with a lot of sexual advantages from his teacher. This season.
Take me.
This particular season, she was like, you know what? I'm
Thirsty.
entering my final year. I don't care. Please, just do me here on this table here, Hachiman. He's like, no.
What? Should I call the police? Maybe. Let's see how long you can last before they get here.
Wait, what?
So Satsuki, what do you think? You're the tiebreaker.
Ultimately, I think Subaru takes this, even though he does not have a girlfriend like Hachiman.
All right.
I think the what swayed me to this is just like seeing Subaru's resolve get broken and built up again and again throughout the season, because seeing like the devastating things he's seen, like the after effects of Return by Death, seeing other people, like how they react to his death, seeing how seeing people that were supposed to be close to him betray him, and him still pushing forward. I think the fact that he's still sane in of itself is indicative of how great of a character he is. Like everybody makes memes of suffering Subaru, but he still pushes through it no matter what. He may have to get a talk through or something with somebody, but he just keeps chugging along. So I got to give Subaru the crown just because of that.
All right.
I'm okay with this. He's a good character.
Natsuki Subaru, he's King of Anime's husbando for this season. Well earned. Not like it means anything. The next award is a new award, and I dubbed it the Yui Award, aka Forever Alone but Never Forgotten. Who did you nominate, Satsuki?
I nominated Yui Gahama. We are of the same ilk.
EA, who did you
That's all I have
nominate?
to say.
I also nominated Yui Gahama, only because I feel like she's deserving of somebody to love her. She really is. It may not be Hachiman, but
it will be us three.
Yeah.
Because I also choose Yui. I don't know. The award, it just works for her, So, I mean, I think we're all in agreement. Yui deserves some love. So.
Yes.
Yeah.
But,
Yui
love doesn't necessarily mean anything sexual. We just...
No, we're not trying to advance on some high schoolers here.
No. We're just basically saying, cheer up. It's going to be okay.
Yeah, pat on the back. Maybe not
you
even
could
that.
Really, as pretty as you are, you can get anyone that you want.
Right, and it better not be EA who's in his 30s.
Well, I don't go for women half my age, so.
Satsuki, looking at you.
She can get with that's the thing. She hasn't really developed with any romance with anybody else.
You can get with
That's
that.
been a year, and she still loves Hachiman.
He could get with she could get with the fat guy.
But
yep, Zamazo, get with him.
Do they even have any type of relationship?
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter.
I mean, he knows how to say yahalo.
Yahalo.
So I mean, you had me at yahalo.
I mean, if we're shipping Yui with anybody, of course, I'm going to go to Yuri route and ship her with
Oh,
Roja.
yeah, I was
They're
about to
both
say
alone.
Roja.
Both scoring by the same guy. Might as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, I could see that.
And then their daughter can be Little Rice Girl.
Yeah. Sure.
It all
Just
works.
call her little instead of Little Drummer Boy, Little Rice Girl.
Summer 2020 Best MILF. This is a new award, and in my opinion, it's one of my greatest creations. Not gonna lie. So, Satsuki, who did you pick for the best MILF of summer 2020?
Well, for best MILF, it may come as a surprise to everybody else, but I chose Echidona. Now hear me
people
out.
are going crazy.
Echidona is technically a MILF because MILF is just mother I like to.
Like
Yep.
Mother I
And
like
she
to
is
fun.
a mother. Yeah, she is a
Chris.
mother technically. I mean, she's the mother of Beatrice, and she's the mother of Ryuzu. So she has 2 lollies as daughters. And for me, Echidona is the ideal MILF. For one, she has those childbearing hips.
This is true.
She's knowledgeable. You know, she always has her face in the books. So she'll be like a great teacher to our children. And 3, she doesn't look a day over 25. Oh, and 4, she makes great tea. So there's that.
Magical tea.
Yes.
I pick EA to go next.
I would say you picking me as MILF. I don't know if you know this. I'm not one. I'm a GILF. A GILF. What the
You're
fuck?
a GILF.
I'm a DILF.
Oh
I'm a
God.
DILF. I hope I'm not a GILF. Jesus Christ. Knock on wood. I
been living my whole life as a man, but I'm actually a grandmother.
well, I was looking as grandfather, but
True.
that's
Yeah,
what
same
I'm saying.
difference.
My son better. I swear to fucking God.
Oh my lord.
That's what I'm saying. I'm gonna get off that subject. I nominated Yui's mom, aka Gahama Amama, and she is the epitome of a MILF. She is fine. She's very motherly, like mothers should be. She looks great for her age. She's probably in her late 30s, early 40s. I don't know. She's really she tends to herself very well. That means Yui too is also going to have good genes whenever she gets that old. But in the meantime, Gahama Mama, she can cook. She has an interesting sense of humor. She seems to talk about dirty things. And yeah, she's all around a knockout, a package.
EA is a pervert. I choose Gahama Mama for wholesome reasons. She's very good.
I'm so sure.
She's very good at cooking and making the sweets, where Yui maybe falters in some things. It's not that Yui's bad. It's that Gahama Mama has the experience to know that, well, it's the small things that matter, like coating the chocolate around the crust, not just putting the chocolate on top as a side. It's those things that matter, and it's because of her superior cooking knowledge that I vote Gahama Mama Summer 2020 Best MILF.
You get her just for cooking?
Yep.
Sexist. Yeah, if she can
cancel C.
Hey, if she's good in the kitchen, I'm gonna marry her.
He's like, man, she's hot. She's so sexy. And I'm like, well, she can cook well. Cancel SeaTactics.
I mean, to be fair, I think cooking should be like a universal attractive talent.
I agree.
Man or woman.
I
It
agree.
should be just it's a great talent to have. Men learn how to cook, you know.
Right
Exactly.
here.
Yeah.
Exactly.
But,
Can Echidona cook? Can Can
She
she?
can make a
can
fine
make
ass
tea.
tea.
She can make
Yeah.
tea from her bodily fluids. I can do that.
That means she's resourceful. Is your tea as good as hers?
If you ever are out in the wilderness and you need tea, you'll have an endless supply of it.
She also makes cookies.
Yeah, we don't know where those cookies come from, and we don't know what those cookies are made of, Satsuki.
They probably come from her cookies.
It does not matter. Look at the ReZero fans; they're going to eat it regardless.
Well, okay. Well, they're weirdos. They're not.
All right.
They're not thinking logically.
Oh, you just canceled yourself.
I canceled myself again. What did I do?
You said the ReZero fans are weirdos.
Well, you know, some of them that want to. Yes, the ones that want to drink her tea, sincerely, are weirdos. It's true. Do you want to drink anyone's bodily fluid?
Not willfully.
Yeah, not willfully.
Exactly.
If I just happened to stumble upon it and it was good, that's a different matter.
I'd be like, damn, you mean this came out of you? Shit. You need to like put a label on this bottle and sell this shit. This is good.
What are your bodily fluids made of?
Right. It's made of the most amazing thing.
Are you even human?
She's a witch.
I mean, Subaru definitely did think it tasted weird, so it's definitely not the best tea. So,
but it isn't bad.
that is a thing. Yes, it isn't bad, but it is a little weird. Much like how when you much how in like Fallout, when you taste the weird, strange looking meat, you're like, that's weird.
I love that reference. It's true.
Well, Light Ruler said, "I'm gulping that bit."
Well, there you go.
So yeah,
there you go. Who wins? It's got to be Gahama Mama. She's better than Mamako. She is the best MILF.
I mean,
is it hard to be better than Mamako?
But then again, well, I was about to make a case for Mamako because of the name, but that's right. She wants to do her son, so never mind.
It's Gahama Mama. Gahama Mama is the best mama.
She knows how to make food. And she's sexy and good and looks
Why
good
are
in
we
a bikini.
spending so much time on this award? It doesn't matter who wins. Let's go move on.
It does. Let's keep talking about it.
I mean, the only choices are Gahama Mama and Echidona. So let's just go with the one that actually has a child birthed from her.
All right, Gahama Mama, I hope. We'll have to revisit this award when season 4 ends or season 2 ends, and we see somehow her giving birth to a child or something. We're like, well, I guess Echidona, we can't. We got to go back. We got to discuss it more. Most disappointing anime of summer 2020. Sasuke, what do you got?
Oh my god.
Here we go.
Yeah. All right. Let me preface this by saying I still like this season of SNAFU. Yeah, it's SNAFU, season 3. But I think it's disappointing nonetheless because I don't think it reached the same quality that I felt was in season 1 and especially season 2, which is my favorite season of SNAFU. So I do want to say I'm not totally objective because I still feel a little bitter because of my ship not pairing out. And don't get me wrong, I knew Iroha x Hachiman wasn't going to happen from the start because of how late Iroha was introduced. She was only in season 2. And I figured Yui wasn't going to happen because there was no narrative reason to happen. Yukino had plot points outside of the school that Yui didn't really have. However, my feelings on this season of SNAFU mainly have to do with the build-up that felt flat to me. To be specific, I'm talking about Yukino's mom, who was held to be someone more difficult to deal with than Haruno, but she felt no different than a strict anime parent. There was no... For me, I felt like she was built up to be some astronomical villain or something like that. But I felt like she was just like a minor inconvenience, really. And she wasn't even really that at times because she just let Yukino do whatever. And I also felt that Yukino didn't do anything differently to overcome the obstacle of her mother. Like, sure, she rejected Hachiman's help, but she ultimately got his help. And I guess you could say accepting Hachiman's help was like character growth for her because she was finally willing to lean on someone, and that's why they got together. But it doesn't really solve the problem like of her proving herself to her mother. And the prom was just no. I no. I felt nothing when the prom rolled around because we were working towards the prom the whole season. Of course, like the prom is just it's just like a vehicle for other things to happen, of course. Like we're not just trying to get to the end destination of the prom just to get to the prom. Like um actually planning for the prom was like the what we're supposed to be focusing on. But the prom itself was just whatever to me. Like I didn't feel anything towards it. And I don't like how Hiratsuka was increasingly flirtatious with Hachiman, because season 2 it was like it happened, but it wasn't this egregious in this season. This season it was just like full on. Hiratsuka wants to fuck Hachiman, and I'm like, wait, what? I'm like, this is not my sensei. When did this turn into domestic girlfriend? It's just weird, and I don't like it. Okay, but again, this season of SNAFU is still better than a majority of all of the anime in this summer season. I just want people to keep that in mind. But I don't think it's the same level of the previous seasons. And that's why I think it's disappointing. Just because I feel like there was a drop off from season 2 to season 3. In terms of comparing it to other anime this season, I think it is in the top, at least in the top 5 for sure. But I was disappointed because I had a level of expectations for it that I don't think it was met with this season. But that's my thoughts.
All right, Saucy proclaims SNAFU worse than the God of High School. EA, what
It
did
is
you
not
pick?
worse.
Well, for me personally, speaking of the God of High School, I did pick the God of High School. The God of High School was very disappointing for a couple of reasons. It was getting all this hype around it. It was another Webtoons adaptation, so everybody had high hopes for it. And then, when you go into it, it's nothing more than a clone of every other kind of what's it called? A shoujo?
Shonen?
Oh,
Shonen,
yeah,
excuse me. Oh, I think I mixed dojo with
Donen.
or whatever the fuck it's called.
Donen is the genre with Echidona as the shonen protagonist.
So anyway, yes, shonen. Thank you. I don't know why I said donen. Anyway, that it had the stereotypical, not stereotypical, but very cliche kind of characters with the whole "I'm the best and I'm a fight and I'm gonna pull this fight out of my ass because I believe in fighting," and the characters were just
fighting dreamers.
We're very, very flat, just not interesting whatsoever. And I think we gave this 3 episodes before we decided to kill it, and it never piqued my interest. I never wanted to watch it after we killed it. From this show, I never felt any attachment towards it. There was really not even the action scenes where a lot of people can rely on to be like, okay, at least if the characters suck, at least the fighting is there.
Chat. Sorry, EA, but yes, we do read the chat. We're just on a time limit. We can't respond to everything.
people, I swear. But
Sorry.
but anyway, yeah, it's basically just I lost my train of thought. But basically, yeah, even the fighting was just kind of meh. It wasn't even really all that. And like there are some animations where you see in some sports animes and just regular like other things that look better than this particular show. But yeah, overall, I didn't particularly care for this show.
This show goddamn sucks, okay? Sorry, but it is the most disappointing show of the season. I picked that as well as my nominee. I'm going to tackle this because I think EA's pretty much right on the money here. Listen, if you like this show, like the show. I don't care if you like the show. I don't care if you like if you think this is like the greatest show ever made. But for me, The God of High School is extremely disappointing. I mean, it's another webtoon adaptation, of course. This should have never been adapted. I'm sorry for God of High School fans, but the truth is, there's so many better shows you could have adapted, or better webtoons, and I don't want to see any of them adapted at this point, because it's obvious from the get-go that Crunchyroll don't even give a shit. They don't even care. And the studios and these people that fund them, and they're giving them 12 episodes for these shonen light, and I'm not saying shonen like, but shonen light stories that aren't even like as good as like modern day shonen. Get out of here. Get out of here. The God of High School is not very good. It's extremely disappointing, and I was going to lock in Noblesse for King of Anime, but it got 12 episodes. Stop it. Stop adapting these shonen light series and adapt actual goddamn webtoons. We don't, as webtoon readers, read shonen series, for God's sakes, not 100% of the time. We read things like I Love You. We read things like Unordinary, Bastard, Sweet Home. These stories are not shonen heavy. These are story heavy, character heavy. They have intricate writing some of the times, especially in the case of Bastard and Sweet Home, very intricate writing. And these stories are sometimes really great. The God of High School, even in the webtoon version, I don't like. That's not the reason I'm into webtoons. Webtoons is great because of the variety. I can log on Webtoons right now and I can find a really solid or decent story that has a completely unique art style that isn't a shonen. It's hard to find shonen-like series on Webtoons. That's the crazy part. Because there's so many. Anyone could post anything there they want to. And it could get popular just because people like it. Jesus, do not touch Unordinary, please. Do not touch I Love You. Stop adapting webtoons. Stop it. Stop. Don't touch it. Don't touch it. If you touch it, Crunchyroll, I'm going to be sad. Now here's the thing. Anyone but Crunchyroll. I'd rather have Funimation just go like, yeah, you know what? Let's get the Dragon Ball Z guys on this shit, and let's get Toei to adapt Unordinary. You know, that would be pretty cool. Because
that would actually be pretty cool, actually.
I actually have faith in Toei Animation, believe it or not, over Crunchyroll and where the hell they were doing with these webtoons. God of High School, most disappointing. Prove me wrong!
I do want to say, regarding what Sasuke said, I actually do agree with you. As much as I love SNAFU and as much as I love the show as a whole, I can definitely see where you're coming from, because I feel like the second season, we had the first season, which was a great setup, and then season 2 just kind of like elevated it towards another level. And it was because it was a different studio. It had a different feel. It was by feel, and it looked like so beautiful. And especially season 2, episode 8, where Hachiman has that breakthrough and he wants something genuine. Best episode, like, ever in the whole series. And this particular season did focus too heavy on the prom. I definitely agree with that. And I personally like season 2 better. I think season 3 had a great ending. I almost feel like there was more that could have been told in that time. And I feel like they left a whole bunch of stuff out of season 3 because of time constraints.
Yeah.
But I still think God of High School is more disappointing.
Somebody brings up what would happen if UFO Table adapted it.
It
I don't-
adapted what? Got a high school?
Yeah, Unordinary or the God of High School or something. Here's the thing. UFO Table is a pretty good studio with a lot of talented people. But it's not necessarily the fact that it's the studio that's adapting it. It's the fact the people that are behind it, that are producing it, are saying 13 episodes, 12 episodes, that's all you get, jam packet full of crap. That's the issue. The people that are already working on it are fantastic. They're extremely talented people that worked on it very hard. It's the fact that it's flawed from the very beginning of the process. It should have, if you were going to give it 12 episodes, adapt it 1-to-1 and don't let there be a promise of another season, because you know what happens when people do that? They get hope. They get hope that there's going to be another season, and guess what? Shit gets popular because it's good. It's hard to believe, but that's just the way it works.
I mean, isn't that crazy? You make a show and actually make a good show.
Yeah.
and people like it.
I don't know. It doesn't make sense to me. Why would you cash in on something like this when you could easily get more money if you just make it competent? That's all.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not asking for you to make it the best show ever, because we've proven with series like Symphogear that if you remain competent, shows like Symphogear get 5 seasons. And not only do they get 5 seasons, but by the end they become really amazing anime that deserve attention and praise.
We got a super chat.
Oh, thanks, Holographic. Hello, son. Thank you for the.
Is that for me?
I don't know. At this point, I don't know.
And I want to touch for what QRW6 said. Remember, boys, it's all about money. Episodes cost money, and I get that they cost. But whatever happened to the old, you got to spend money to make money type of routine? I feel like, you get hit shows because you're willing to throw down that quality entertainment. Sure, you definitely take a risk, and you never know what shows are going to be more popular than others. I get that. But I feel like if you don't take a chance, and you're just basically setting yourself up to fail. You're basically saying, well, it's not going to be good enough, so let's just make it as shitty as possible.
I think you said take a chance.
Right.
I think that's all it is. It doesn't even have to be about money. Just take a chance. Like, you can have shows with the quality of Tower of God. And I bring that up not because it looks bad. I bring that up because for many people, Tower of God isn't a really great looking show. But that's something people were willing to give the benefit of the doubt on because it's a story they've heard is quality. Now, correct me if I'm wrong with this, but Dororo is one of the most beloved anime from the seasons that it aired in, and it didn't look amazing. It just
no.
So looks don't mean anything as long as it's artistic looking enough, and the story is really quality. Now, we can argue about Dororo's quality later on, but we can definitely vouch for the fact that, in general terms, Dororo does have quality writing when it's good.
Yeah, it's just whenever it got to Shark Boy, it just kind of fizzled out.
But did Tower of God ever have quality writing? We can look at it and we can make an argument. No, it never did, because it's not adapting the story. It's cutting things out. You're not getting the full story. Same thing with God of High School happened. So can you say based off the original source material, that it even had a chance to begin with to be good? I don't know. Maybe in some other universe it could have been, but we got to pick who what's most disappointing, SNAFU or God of High School?
um, see, like I don't think
We
disappointed
got more
means like,
money. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt. I saw we got more money.
oh shit, I'm not looking at the chat, so
Thank you,
uh,
Wolfclaw, for the 5 GBP. I appreciate it very much, and I will praise you, my Kohai. You have been praised.
I apologize. I didn't mean to interrupt. I just didn't want him to think we were ignoring him.
oh no, it's cool. What was I saying? Oh yeah, I don't think disappointed means like worse out of the two because obviously I think SNAFU is better than God of High School because I finished one and I didn't finish the other. Um, I guess it's just a matter of what did you have more, not necessarily more expectations, but which one had the biggest discrepancy between your expectations and what you actually got. I think that's the question we had to ask ourselves. For me, if I just try to put it in numbers, and I don't really like to do this, but I thought this last season of Snafu was going to be honestly like 10 out of 10, knock out of the park, blow me away, and I got like a 7 out of 10 if I put it in numbers. With Got a High School, I think it's more of I expected a cool series that I would enjoy, maybe like a 7 out of 10, and I got like a 5 out of 10. Like just a middle of the pack show can be enjoyable if you turn your brain off, whatever, but not a show that I would even consider to be one of my favorites. So I think the discrepancy between my expectations and what I got for Snafu were bigger than the God of High School, but I think it just varies from person to person. So that's just my stance on it.
No, I think that's a good point. SeaTactics, are you a father?
I I I don't know. I have 2 sons now.
Did you
The
did you
whole
get someone pregnant and not tell us?
Thank you, Gear, for the €5. And yes, hello, son. Hello, my son. It is me, your father. Apparently, the whole ReZero community just came out and is like, "Here's money."
I
I
know this is
appreciate
like
it.
the most super chats that we've ever got on this show, and it's
Yeah.
episode 69.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. So, I think I agree with Satsuki on his point that it is all about expectations, right?
Uh-huh.
The God of High School had the most insane, overhyped marketing, much like Tower of God. And you can go back to the episode of the last Summer Awards episode where we talked about Tower of God and how overhyped it was and how I think it won either Thigh Meat or God most disappointing. But
Oh
yeah, I
my
used the
gosh.
same argument for that for Tower of God that I would use the God of High School, but
Do we have a mom here now?
we do. We have a mom.
Yes.
Oh, Mizu Sauce Mix donates $5. Hey, mom, since everyone else is doing it, who's the mother here?
I'm guessing. Wait, who's more motherly? Well, I guess I'm technically a parent, so I'm the mother.
Okay.
How you doing, Mizu Miss Sauce Mix? Be sure to brush behind your ears and teeth and make the clean underwear.
Yes, brush behind your ears. Oh Lord. Oh Lord. God of High School wins. Most disappointing. We gotta move on. The one that got away, aka the show we wish we watched instead of the God of High School. Satsuki, what did you pick?
Oh shit. I, I was distracted by something.
Oh
all
my
right,
god! We got
Wait.
another donation.
From my son
Again?
again. $9.99 USD. Most donations, you say. Here, half more. You're one of the best reasons I do YouTube. Or you're one of the reasons. Thank
My
you.
god!
I appreciate it.
What did we do to get so lucky?
I don't know.
Um,
I'm spending it
okay,
all on
so
crack.
fine with me. Good investment. Okay, we're talking about most or the one that got away, right?
Yes.
Okay. Um, the one that got away from us this season was Fruits Basket season 2. I'm not going to really get into it too much, but I feel like anytime this award has come up, if Fruits Basket was or airing around the same time as this award came out, I have picked it every single time.
Yep.
And if you watch the show, you will understand why. This show should be on this podcast. I'm not putting pressure on EA, but fuck it, I'm putting a lot of pressure on you, EA. You gotta watch this damn series so we can talk about it.
Listen.
Oh, I keep hearing this, and I'm gonna
Listen.
maybe sometime.
If somebody
When's season 3 coming out?
next year.
Okay, so I got time.
It's honestly EA. I don't want to speak too much about the series itself, but it's a series that I feel like is going to reach my top 5 by its end. And if for me, as someone like as stubborn as I am and as stingy with my top 5 as I am, that's a huge accomplishment because my top 5 has not moved in a long time. But I feel like Fruits Basket can actually crack that top 5. Just to give you an idea of like the quality of it. The characters are just phenomenal. The story is great. The mystery, the romance, everything to a T. It checks the mark on everything that you want in the series. So I really wish we would talk about Fruits Basket on the show.
Yeah.
Now I almost feel obligated.
What'd you pick, EA?
All right. I kind of... I know you guys didn't see this one, but I kind of went left field with this particular choice. I watched, and I think we should have watched, The Misfit of Demon King Academy. And the reason why I feel like we should have watched this show is because it's so stupid that it's fun. It's one of those. Well, let me let you. A brief synopsis,
so
basically.
So many donations. This is.
Did we get another one?
Yeah. Wolf Paul donated 5.
Holy crap!
I don't know what's happening. Saying holographic.
Oh my god!
Yeah, you're freaking out more than me.
Did we get stimulus money or something? What happened?
Stimulus money.
Did Trump get sick enough to where he's like, America, now I know how it's like to be sick. Let's give more money to the people. Let's do this and let's give it now. Because now I understand. Fuck, if that's what happened.
Hollow, use this money to buy a PC. Wolf says, holographic, you could have had a cut of the sweet GBP, but you decided to be a coward and reject me. Miso Sauce Mix says, some drug money, so $2 drugs, very nice. And then Gear just donates €10 saying, hey.
I know, I think he wants to say it as Fat Albert. Hey. God, I lost my train of thought. Yeah, that anime I was talking about, basically the show is about this guy who is the devil. Like, he's literally the devil king. And then he like does something, he has the hero kill him 2,000 years ago to like save the world and make it a better place. But then when he comes reincarnated 2,000 years later, he's still the same guy, but he like there's like a different god or a different demon that claims to be the real Demon King because so many years had passed and people had forgotten about him, obviously over history changes and whatnot. But this dude, freaking Anos Valdigold, he is so incredibly OP. He lifts up entire castles with fingers. It's so fucking stupid. He's just picking it up and throwing shit everywhere. People, I couldn't tell you how many times, and I guess I'm a sucker for this in anime, when people are like, oh, fucking... I can't let these kids show me up. You deserve all these donations.
What the hell? What is happening? You guys are gonna go broke.
Ah, man, I'm going to get a heart attack is what I'm going to get. But anyway, I'm a fan of shows that deal with the whole people, and when I say people, like characters that are just like they overcome all these. No, what's the different way of saying it? Like basically, they shock people into believing like they're powerful. It's like no one's as strong as me, and then someone goes and does something crazy, and they go, "Bakana, no, this is impossible," and I just, God. Are these fake donations?
I think so. I think these are fake donations.
There's no way. There's no way. These have to be fake.
They're all gonna do chargebacks soon.
Seriously, they just bought new credit cards.
Now they don't have any credit.
Now they have they have zero credit. Anyway, it was just entertaining. It was fun. It wasn't the most fun I ever had watching anime, but I watched it every week, and I was just like, okay, this is fun, and I just like the main character. And the main character's mother is the best. She was making all kinds of food, and she like loves her son, even though she's the devil, or even though he's the devil.
Okay, listen, you guys don't have to empty your pockets to get my love, okay? You already got it.
You have my love too.
Make sure you can eat tomorrow. Jeez. I appreciate it.
I know.
But damn. I picked Fruits Basket Season 2. So, I picked Fruits Basket Season 2. Same reason Sasuke said, EA, for love of God. It's so damn good. It's so good. You got to check it out, EA. This podcast, this whole award show, every time Fruits Basket pops up, it's all really just meant to get you to watch Fruits Basket.
Yeah.
I guess there's only one thing I can do now. Or that I have to do now.
Watch
I guess
Fruits Basket.
I guess I have to watch Fruits Baskets.
Yeah.
Or be a hater of
Okay.
Fruits Baskets.
Okay, if somebody donates $100, EA, you gotta watch Fruits Basket.
Oh,
There you
well, if God, I guess I'm gonna have to if someone donates $100.
somebody, Wolf then donates another $20. You guys are gonna
Are
go.
you kidding me?
This is ridiculous.
What is going on? What is
I
this?
don't
What
know.
is this? This is like the Cold War. Just like one side just keeps one upping the other. What the fuck?
Did something happen to us and we not know of it or something?
I'm just, I don't know, man. I don't know. But if somebody donates $100,
I think we're dreaming.
I mean, I've been drinking, so I don't know if this is real. But...
right. I would have been drinking now, but man,
oh Lord,
listen, we need to have more award shows.
We're at an hour 23. These donations have derailed everything. So who wins the one that got away? Fruits Basket or the Misfits of Demon King Academy? I am not giving up on Fruits Basket Season 2.
I refuse.
Well, I mean, you both, right? You both got it, so it's 2 against 1.
Yeah, we're jumping you.
You guys are jumping me. I'm like,
we're beating you. We're beating you with cash. Yamate. Thigh meat most overrated. Satsuki, what did you pick?
I picked Rent a Girlfriend. Rent AGF. It's funny because I didn't even watch one episode of this. I only watched 8 minutes of the series and then I checked the fuck out. But I've been hearing about this series not only on my Discord but also on Twitter. Okay, like I always gotta preface my comments because people like to misconstrue things. My thoughts on Rent a Girlfriend are incomplete and don't reflect on the series as a whole since I didn't watch a full episode. But my intuition told me Rent a Girlfriend would be a garbage harem series with a main character that I wasn't going to like, and at least from what I've been hearing from people that at least like kind of got an idea of what my taste would be, that is the case, or at least that's how I would perceive it. Um, yeah, I watched the 8 minutes of Rent a Girlfriend, and I seen an MC, and I'm like, yeah, this is going to be rough, and I don't think I want to weather the storm. I think I want to get out of here. So I dropped it. A lot of people were hyping up the series, and it even got a season 2. But from the brief experience I had with Rent a Girlfriend, I don't think it was deserving of the acclaim of a season 2, of the praise that it gets. So, yeah, I think it deserves the Thigh Meat Award.
XP, I've seen the opposite based off my recent video. Everybody's like, the manga's so much better. It's gonna get better in season 2. So I don't know. That's interesting. I've heard it both ways though. But I think I fucked up in my nominee. EA, what did you pick?
I too also picked Rent a Girlfriend because, well, for those of you that don't know, me and SeaTactics and Rising Sun Reviews, we did a freaking podcast. We watched every stinking episode of Rent a Girlfriend. You can check that out on my channel. And this is just one of the worst shows I can honestly say that I've seen not all year. But it's definitely up there. And the reason why it's really bad is because of the fact that, well, let's face it, it turned into nothing more than just a best girl contest. There's no story. The main character is awful, and I agree. Why did this get a season 2, but other shows are left to just basically just kind of rot away in one season? There's a shit ton of shows that deserve a second season more than this show, and there's nothing. I mean, I kind of went over it already on my podcast and show, or whatever. But basically, long story short, no good characters, no redeeming. Story's dumb. The pacing, I don't even know anymore. Everything about it was just awful, and I don't wish anyone to ever see this. Not even on their own free time. watch something better. It is just so bad. I would not. I can't say that enough.
I want to say in my Run a Girlfriend video from yesterday, that when I say that we should expect better from our art, I didn't necessarily mean that we shouldn't watch bad things. I guess what I meant to say is that it's okay to watch bad things, the complete opposite of that, but really that we can be critics of the things that we like, and we can like bad things.
Sure.
Bad things is so subjective, right? So I'm not trying to say there's like objectively or bad or good things, but it's okay to say that Rent a Girlfriend is bad and you enjoy it. There's nothing wrong with that. And there's also nothing to say that you think Rent a Girlfriend is a great show and you think it's a 10 out of 10. There's nothing wrong with that. So I want to say that, but I chose The God of High School, and I fucked up. It's Rent a Girlfriend is the most overrated, absolutely.
It absolutely is.
Absolutely.
Hey, you can change your vote.
I can't.
Why not?
Because I can't. Because I
No turning back.
Gotta go all in. The next award is one of my favorites, just because it's so fun. The award, which is named after our lovely Nezuko, with one of the greatest voice lines of all time. I don't do it justice, but it sounds something like this. I'll try to quote it correctly. It's a great scene.
Great job.
Yeah. And indeed, Adrian, you're right. Now I can Rent a Girlfriend with all these donations. for about 5 minutes based off Shizuru's, based off how much she costs. So, Satsuki, what is your By the way, the award, I don't know what it means. It just it means whatever you want it to mean. So, what do you vote for this very deep award? Much like the line.
I voted every villain is lollies, and this whole idea came from ReZero. I started to realize C has warned me of the villainy of lollies, but I've never believed him until I seen ReZero. Every
Lolly's
damn
bad.
lolly is evil. Yeah, lollies are bad. They're just not. Don't trust them. Don't interact with them. Don't no. Just lollies are just terrible. So yeah, they're just bad people by nature.
Yes, it is indeed true. EA, what did you pick?
I picked Bubble Motherfucking Guppies. And I know that might sound weird to a lot of you. And might not know what... I mean, some of you might know what Bubble Guppies is. It's a stupid kid's show. But Bubble Motherfucking Guppies is something that comes from a place of pure... I don't even know. Let me tell you a story of where I even heard it. Like, basically, I was at work. And this was around when the whole quarantine was at high alert, high level, and whatnot. And I work with some coworkers. Let's just say they're very unique individuals. But there was a single mother of 3 that had to deal with her 3 kids for like so long in her house. And she's about to the point where she's going to lose it. And I remember her as clear as day say, if I see Bubble Motherfucking Guppies one more time on my channel, I am going to murder these damn kids. And that's a straight shoot. that is what happened at work. And I guess overall what this particular thing means is that we're all sick and tired of being locked up. But what we had in return was great anime to watch. So it's kind of it's a negative turned into a positive type of thing. And it's also just fun to say, because I remember hearing that and I just busted up laughing, going, oh my God, she's going to kill her children.
Studley Manhorse comments saying, you only have to worry about lollies if there's stuff you don't want the FBI to know. I don't know what to say about that. I don't know if that, vilifies me, vilifies Satsuki, vilifies those lollies. Something to think about, though.
It makes me innocent. I did nothing.
That is the one thing we do know. It indeed does make EA very innocent. I choose for the award Echidna's awful T-memes, closely followed by Who's Rim. I realize that I have propagated the awful T-memes by making a video about what's really in Echidona's tea. And I sincerely apologize. So, from today forward, I will be devoting my life as a monk living in the mountains. And I will dedicate this channel from here on out to the random commenter named Studley Manhorse.
All right.
Whose Rim memes aren't that bad, but it is one of those things where in time we will have to relearn to love the Who's Rim memes just because there's so much of it. But indeed, who the fuck is Rim, and as well, what the fuck is in Echidona's tea? Questions that we don't really have answers to. Yes, I made a meme out of these terrible memes. Oh God.
It happens. It's okay. It's okay, buddy. It's okay. You know what'll make
Yes,
you
sir.
feel better is more money.
Oh,
You have to live with yourself now.
I don't know who wins. Wolfclaw with 2 GBP says I win.
He apparently wins.
He wins. Wolfclaw wins.
He wins. Yep, he wins. Way to go, Wolfclaw.
So he wins the award.
Yep.
Moving on, King Nothing. God, Jesus Christ. The Goblin Slayer, aka the Goblin Slayer Award of Excellence, of course, dedicated to Goblin Slayer, aka one of the worst animes I've ever seen. And King Nothing, a really good Metallica song from a really mediocre era of Metallica. Check it out, King Nothing by Metallica, great song. Satsuki, who wins the King Nothing Goblin Slayer Award of Excellence award?
What wins for me is none other than the god of high school. Okay. Now, I was told that this series was going to be anime of the year by someone. I won't name them. And I was also told that the fights not only rival but were better than Naruto's. And if you've seen Naruto in its entirety, you can say whatever you want about Naruto, but the fights itself, they were actually good just on a technical level.
Yep.
Um,
Even though I got to
um, yeah, but on that point, I call bullshit. Maybe in a webtoon, that's true, but it damn sure ain't in the anime from what I saw. I saw fights with no meaning, not symbolically, not thematically, nothing. Just motherfuckers using random fighting styles, and then the series turned into Dragon Ball Super with crazy powers coming out of God knows where. All right, like we literally went from martial arts to wrestling to bat swinging while people are reading books to exaggerated hand-to-hand combat to fucking JoJo stands.
My God.
Webtoon and Crunchyroll, stop collaborating. I want y'all guys to have a divorce. Don't talk to each other anymore. You should have got a prenup.
And do not
no
talk
more.
about Unordinary.
Yeah,
Do
that's
not
where I
ever
was
mention.
Do not
That's where-
even speak its name.
That's where I was going. Stop peddling these trash ass anime and do not touch Unordinary. I love you, Uru-chan, and if you're listening, we should go on a date sometime. But I don't want them to give you an anime. Maybe someday in the future, a competent company will come around and adapt Unordinary, but stay the fuck away from the webtoon craze right now. It's a hoax, it's a sham, and it's downright shameful. No more. All right? God of High School and Tower of God was enough. No more. And Noblesse I never seen, but it's probably bad too.
It hasn't even come out yet.
You know what I've realized? Anything with God or blessing or anything in the title is destined to fail.
Wait,
Yeah.
that God and Blessing is in Konosuba's title.
Well, see, I'm talking about when it comes to the webtoons, but okay. Well, Konosuba's great. That's something else differently.
It seems like webtoons have like this obsession to scaling their series. It's when I'm just talking about like fighting series in general. They have this obsession to scaling things to Dragon Ball Z for some reason. Like I feel like a lot of these fighting webtoons are inspired by that. And granted, a lot of things are inspired by Dragon Ball, not just Z. But I feel like they just want these fights to be on this, like galaxy level type of shit where we're pulling out powers that are just inconceivable. It's just I don't know. They forsake everything that comes into fighting. Like I said, with God of High School, the problem is I don't feel anything when the fights happen because they don't have any type of value outside of what you're actually seeing on the screen. Like I don't walk away saying like, oh, like this meant this for this character or anything like that. You make up fights by actually building up things with the characters and not just them throwing hands. You know, that's the issue with God of High School. But I'm sorry for the tangent.
EA, what did you pick for King Nothing? Because I don't know. It ain't there for some reason.
I gave it to you, but that's fine. I'll go ahead and I'll introduce you guys to it because I think this one is a pretty good one. This is Peter Grill in the Philosopher's Time. This fucking show, each episode is 12 minutes. Imagine, if you will, it's kind of like a fantasy type thing where there's like orcs and goblins and, you know, all these other different kinds of creatures, elves. You have this guy, his name's Peter Grill, and you know he's supposed to be like the best not superhero, but he's like the best fighter in the world, and he proved it at some tournament, yada yada yada. He's about to be married to his girlfriend. I forget her name, it escapes me right now, but she doesn't know. The whole theme of this stupid ass show is doing the naughty. First of all, this girl, she doesn't know where babies come from, so he's basically just like, oh man, I'm gonna have to teach her. The very first episode, he is cornered by two, I don't know, I guess like orcs or whatever, orc women. They're like twins, and the guy, because he hasn't done it yet, is just like, well, I guess I'm gonna. He tries to not give in to temptation, but what does he do? He gives in to temptation. He cheats on his girlfriend the very first fucking episode. And literally the whole show is that for the rest of the season. It's he sees an elf girl, cheats on his girlfriend. Sees another, I guess, different breed of orc. She's supposed to be quote unquote ugly, but she's beautiful. Get it? Because ugly is beautiful. And it's just this dude cheating on his girlfriend the whole time that he's doing stuff. I'm like, who would watch this show? This show is not good, not because it's not well animated, not because it looks poor or whatever, but just because it's, you know, it's despicable. it's just awful when you really think about it. The guy is I mean, he supposedly feels bad and whatever, but he doesn't. You know, he gets his rocks off, and there's like these situations in which the guy could actually get caught cheating, and yet he doesn't. And even that's worse. Don't cheat, folks. Don't do it. And that's why this is the Goblin Slayer Award, because it's just bad.
God damn it, I fucked up again. I picked Rent a Girlfriend, but compared to Peter Grill and The God of High School, makes Rent a Girlfriend look mildly entertaining, at least. I mean, at least, you know, Rent a Girlfriend has good voice actors, I guess, so whatever. But The God of High School is like worse than Rent a Girlfriend, and what you're describing seems infinitely worse than The God of High School from every perspective.
Right. Mm-hmm. It really is. And I watched it so you guys didn't have to. That's kind of my thing, you know. I watch shows that are bad so that other people's another money. If you rent a girlfriend, please sue me. Oh God.
EA the martyr.
See, that's exactly what the show is about. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I did. I died for everyone's sins so that people don't have to watch this show. I watch shitty shows. That's my motto.
Holographic donated $1.99 USD. Says, if you rent a girlfriend, please sue me.
Yeah, please rent her for $1.99.
I don't know what that means, but okay.
She's one of the characters. She's
the one that doesn't say anything. Voiced by Amelia's voice actress.
She is on the cover of the damn show, and she's in one episode and barely says anything.
Says like one line, and it's like not even like a full sentence of like anything. She's like Nezuko,
right?
Oh shit.
She says more than Nezuko though, but I mean, I get what you're saying, and it's just like, to me,
Nezuko. So I don't think you saw it, EA. Nezuko has like an inner monologue.
Oh
like
shit.
Nezuko says like a bunch of stuff in her head.
Oh, okay. All right, I guess I didn't get to that part of the show.
Yeah, it's like the moment. It's one of the most
Demon
redeemable
Slayer.
moments for Nezuko. Not that it redeems enough or at all, like for how much she doesn't do, but it's like a cool thing that she has like a human side to her. But yeah,
Alright.
no, Peter Grill, terrible. That sounds terrible. I think Peter Grill wins King Nothing.
I think I pretty much win this every time because I watch the shitty animes.
That may be true.
Yeah.
I don't know. King of Anime Summer 2020. Satsuki, what'd you pick?
Woo! All right. I picked ReZero. I feel like there was so much compacted into this season of ReZero, and I mean that in a good way. I know some of the web novel readers weren't too satisfied with the season of ReZero, but for coming from a perspective of anime only, I enjoyed it. It doesn't feel like a wasted episode at all. It's like we're either progressing the plot or expanding the story with some crazy revelation, or it's giving us lore and mystery. And like from seeing Subaru and his now shaken resolve to save or choose between Amelia and Beatrice, to Roswell and this crazy mastermind plan, to Beatrice and the grief that came along with the contract she made with Echidona, all of the witches being introduced. There's so much threads to the story, and we can follow any one of them and still be captivated by what's happening. And I feel like this half of ReZero is an improvement from the first half of ReZero's first season. And it's scary that there's more to come because everything hasn't even been resolved. But if it does get resolved, just a couple of things that I talked about, this may just be a phenomenal season of ReZero. I can't speak enough about the season, but I will say if we got Priscilla to enter the mix, I don't know how I would act. I would probably just like explode because my horny cells could not handle that.
Horny cells? Is that what they're called now? Horny cells?
That's what
For me.
Peter Grill. That's what Peter Grill has.
It's way too much horny cells.
It's a genetic thing.
Okay, so Priscilla shows up, makes out with Elsa. What is your reaction, Satsuki?
He's busting a nut.
I'm not going to go to the next podcast. I'm going to die. I would literally be dead.
Oh Lord. Oh Lord.
That
Satsuki.
is literally there's a fan fiction of that. Shout out to my friend who made that, Sachiko's Pet. He made a fan fiction of that.
Oh wait, is
really
it
good
like,
fan fiction.
is it written?
Yes.
Okay. Hold up. Cedric does lewd ReZero stuff.
I've seen him.
So Cedric, if you're watching, Priscilla cross Elsa with that lewd fan fiction as the dialogue.
I mean,
You will make thousands of dollars off that, Cedric. Thousands.
I will say the themes of his fan fictions are a little it's adult, okay? It it can get a little
bit
dicey.
of.
It can get a little spicy, and I don't just I mean more than just like the normal stuff, okay? But it's still a great read, so I had to shout him out.
All
but
right.
yeah,
That's a
Elsa
weird
and Priscilla
sell
would be
job on
great.
that, but okay.
Yeah,
EA, what did
I
you
mean-
pick? I think I wrote down the wrong thing, but
Yeah, you sure did. I told you to change that, you Jake. But yeah, my anime of the season goes without saying if you know me. SNAFU season 3. This season was it was just so incredible. 7 years to get to a wonderful ending. It was an incredible journey. What can I say? the characters felt like that they had grown, within that year time frame. The ending was a fantastic ending. We don't usually get endings with animes, at least not the ones we like anyway, it seems like. But we got it with this one, and it was a blessing to see this show get 3 seasons. And I'm happy to have been a part of all of that. And it's what else could I really say? It was a fantastic show, a fantastic journey, and a fantastic end, and I would not have changed it any other way.
SNAFU is an incredible anime this season. It really was. EA's right. 7-year long in the making ending for SNAFU, and it was a great ending. I actually love the final episode. Even though, like people have brought up, not perfect, but what is, right?
Right.
SNAFU is amazing. ReZero Season 2, though, is incredible. It's even more than I hoped for when they were going to adapt this. I love the reveal of Echidna, one of my favorite characters in Arc 4. I love the reveal of Minerva. I love everything with Subaru. The whole Rim thing was very well done. Felix was even in this season, and Felix is amazing. We even got the stuff with Krush. Frederica, one of my favorites. Petra, she's a lolly. Beatrice, a magical lolly. Fantastic. So I gotta say, Fruits Basket Season 2 is my king of anime summer 2020 because Fruits Basket Season 2 is goddammit the best show of the season. It's just that much better than SNAFU. It's just that much better than ReZero. Why? Because Fruits Basket is amazing. It has an incredible cast of characters. You will never see a show with this amount of characters and how much you love every single one of them besides Akito. And especially the thing with Akito in this season, that was an amazing moment in the last episode. Fruits Basket Season 2, if you haven't seen it, you should. It's incredible. It's great. It deserves every amount of praise it gets. And I'm not trying to overhype this at all. I'm not. I genuinely mean it. If I was overhyping this, I would be saying some crazy shit. But this is some sane shit right here. I'm being sane. I'm being logical. Being level-headed. Fruits Basket is the best show of the season. It is, at this moment, my favorite anime of the year. Again! Season 1 was my favorite anime of the year. Along with Vinland Saga. I do want to say that, because Vinland Saga is amazing as well.
Yep.
Who the F wins King of Anime Summer 2020? This is insane. Satsuki, you gotta go first.
Are we gonna rap battle again?
Oh, I want to hold off on that.
Okay.
I'll just say, to what C is saying with Fruits Basket, because Fruits Basket is also currently my anime of the year. Granted, I still have not watched Kaguya-sama. I feel like once I watch that will, I don't know if it will eclipse Fruits Basket, but it'll definitely be in the same realm. The reason why I didn't choose Fruits Basket is because it didn't start this season, and that's literally the only reason. If it started this season, I would have chosen it without question. It's just, I guess, like a difference of like what we would give the crown to the king of anime of this season. I don't want to give it a Fruits Basket just because it started in the spring. So that's just the reasoning for why I didn't pick it. But as to what C is saying, like the quality of the show cannot be questioned. I think it's better than ReZero for sure. But I'm just basing my pick off of the fact that ReZero started or at least the first half, this first core started and ended this season. That's literally the only reason why I pick it above Fruits Basket.
Never seen Fruits Basket, and I know this is basically an intervention to have me watch it. So maybe one of these days I'll change my mind and I'll be like, fuck SNAFU. It's all about Fruits Basket, man. But if you ever hear me saying that, then you know for true that I've gone insane. But yeah, ReZero was, when was the last ReZero? 2016.
Yeah.
And then there was that OVA that I never saw that was called
two OVAs.
Excuse me.
They're both an hour long.
Right, and it's about playing in the snow.
Sorta, yeah. One of them, Memory Snow, is. Frozen Bonds is Amelia's backstory.
Okay, so very snow related. Yeah, I remember when the very first season came out long ago, and I was just so hooked on that show. It was amazing. I couldn't get enough of it. I was like, what's gonna happen next? What's gonna happen next? This particular season, I see that they split it up. I don't know if that means it's gonna be better, or if there's like, we just gotta have people have a break in between. But this particular season was kind of slow to begin, but then once it picked up, oh boy, did it pick up. It was just a whole bunch of just nonstop. Subaru's dead. Let's do this test again. Yeah, Subaru. And then the whole him seeing the effects of the death. Oh my god, that was incredible. Yeah, I like that one. I guess you could say I had more of a fond feeling for SNAFU because it ended. I hold this anime very close to my heart because it's definitely one of my favorites. So call me biased for that, but and yeah, I just thoroughly enjoyed that show altogether. But yeah, I haven't seen any Fruits Baskets, so you'll see. Next time you see me, I'll be like, hey guys, I know what Fruits Baskets is all about now with the the people that I don't know their names.
Right, exactly. So who the fuck wins?
Are we gonna paper Rochambeau?
Rochambeau for? Oh God! oh Lord. Okay.
I mean, that's impressive that we have to literally pick and choose over this season. That shows you how good this season was. I swear there's some seasons where it's just like, no, you take it. Nah, you take it. I'm just being nice.
I think it would be very nice to say SNAFU wins. Because this is its last season. We're never going to talk about this show ever again on this show.
Oh, so we were giving it a pity win?
It was our first Nakama Club. Well, no, we're not giving it a pity win.
That's right. It was the first Nakama Club.
I think it deserves it. I think it deserves King of Anime Summer 2020. What does Satsuki think?
You guys know how I feel about this season. If it wasn't this season, we would have a different conversation. But it would be hard for me to call this the king of anime when I feel like ReZero did the opposite and improved on its season 2.
Well,
all right. It's ReZero.
I guess it's ReZero. ReZero is season 2, core 1. Is the King of Anime Summer 2020.
Yeah.
Congratulations to ReZero. We wish you best in your future endeavors because you're fired. I'm just kidding. Can't wait.
Johnny Morrison.
Oh Lord, can't wait for everything that will happen in the rest of season 2. It's going to be great. EA. Where can they find you?
You can find me at Everything Animated. That's right. Me with the wonderful looking face. I've just finished up episodic SNAFU review, so I got that. I also have future videos coming. There's something coming in October that I have been wanting to do for years now. And I'm definitely doing it now. and I can't wait till it's complete, and I can't wait to show you. So there's that, and
Your first OnlyFans account.
nothing but feet.
Satsuki's into
Yeah.
that.
Into
Yeah.
feet? Oh yeah, that's true. That's true. He is. I also have another channel with my girlfriend called All Elite Couple, and we have reached 61 subscribers overnight. Not overnight. I should rephrase that. We have reached the 61 totem. We're still looking to get to that mighty 100, and we hope to make some more videos soon. In the meantime.
Satsuki, where can they find you?
You can find me on Sasuke the Savage as well as Sasuke the Reactor, where I probably won't even upload my last reaction of JoJo's because I felt like the last 3 episodes I watched were so mediocre that my live reaction isn't even needed. But I will say on my main channel, I have a very interesting fruits basket video that I will upload. I won't reveal the topic of it, but I think I told it to see. It should be a fun video.
Oh, God.
I'm still in the process of editing it.
It's about.
So
Is it about Rin's air quote wagon?
no.
Okay. Thank God.
I don't think a video needs to be made on that.
I'm just
But,
making sure.
it'll be a fun video, I promise. Or if it's not, then sue me. Don't do that. 'Cause I'm
Sue
broke.
me. She's in Rent a Girlfriend.
Yeah, and you can rent her for the cheap, low price of $1.99.
Wait, they're that cheap? I thought
Apparently,
they were-
Sumi is.
Apparently, I don't know. I don't make the rules.
Oh. Oh, okay. But yeah, that is it for me.
Thanks everybody for the donations. What the hell?
Yes, thank you.
What the hell? I'm gonna give all the money to myself and none to EA or Satsuki, and I'm going to use it to buy a cheap car on Craigslist and drive it to EA's house.
Oh,
where
sweet.
I will pick up EA and then drive to Satsuki's house, then pick up Satsuki, and then break down driving somewhere, and we will be stuck for a very long time. We will
This
probably
doesn't sound good.
we'll probably have to eat one of us to survive.
Oh, gosh.
So I'm guessing we're gonna have to eat Satsuki
Why him?
because
All right.
I don't know. I just feel like I want to.
You want to eat? You want to eat Sasuke?
Yeah.
It's fine.
Yeah. And then EA will eat me.
Oh, jeez.
And
So I'll be the lone survivor.
yeah. And it'll be in the span of like probably 2 hours. We're just that hungry. That all
Oh
this
God,
happens.
Sasuke wasn't filling. You're gonna have to die next.
You're gonna have to eat me. I'm hungry I'm still hungry when I ate Satsuki. EA, eat me quick.
Oh, God.
Thanks
What have we
everybody
done?
for watching the podcast. We'll see you all next Monday, because that's when we're going to be doing our next show, and then after that it'll go to normal Saturdays. So thanks everybody for watching. I appreciate it. Thanks everybody for the donations. See y'all later. Bye bye.
Jenny.
Later.